In this video, you will learn how to create this beautiful animated photo cut effect. Can you see here? It looks like the photo is cut and the title is inserted into the cut. Let me show you some examples. Here is a plain photo. This is animated photo cut effect. Another example is this, and the effect is shown here. It's a beautiful effect. It never fails to capture the imagination of your audience. I'll show you how to do this from scratch. I'm Ramgopal from presentationprocess.com. We share creative PowerPoint ideas to help professionals like you create engaging presentations. Here I am on a new slide. Let me insert a picture onto the scene by going to Insert Stock Images. I'm going to search for an image of birds. So let us go here and search for birds and hit enter. The image I like is down somewhere over here. Let us select this and say insert, and we have the image of these birds. The next thing is to have this cut and be inserted as part of the background. To do that, I'm going to right click on this and cut this. Then right click on the blank area on the slide, go to Format Background, go to Picture or Texture Fill, and the picture source that we want to pick up is clipboard. Since I had already cut this image, you can see that that image is recalled from clipboard and is pasted as background. The next step is to decide on the area where you want to write your title. Now this area looks just fine. So let us go to Auto Shapes Gallery, pick up the rectangle tool and draw the rectangular box. And this is where we are going to write our caption. Now, as far as the color of this rectangle goes, I'm going to pick the color from one of the birds. So let us select this, go to Shape Fill, go to Eyedropper and choose this color. Now that looks really nice. Let us go to Shape Outline and say No Outline. Now we have the title card ready. The next step is to create the illusion that this card is inserted right inside the photo by making two incisions. To do that, I'm going to create a shadow first. So let us go to Auto Shapes Gallery, pick up this oval tool. You can pick that up from basic shapes as well. And let us draw an oval that looks like this. The next step is to add gradient fill. So let us select this, go to Fill and then choose Gradient Fill. Now the default gradient looks like this. It has 4 stops. The first thing we are going to do here is to change the type of gradient. So let us go to Linear and change it to Path. Now this is how the path gradient looks. We don't really require 4 stops, we just need 2. So let us select this and remove this and remove. And the first one, which is in the middle, needs to be the dark color. Maybe this is a beautiful color. And then the next one needs to be dark as well. But then we are going to add 100% transparency. So let us choose the same dark color. But this time let us go to transparency and make it 100% transparent. And then let us go to shape outline and say no outline. Now this is the shape we are going to use to serve as our shadow. So let us move this piece here so that it corresponds with the right edge of the title card. Now you can always adjust the intensity of the shadow by moving this first gradient stop to the right. Now you can see as I move to the right, the intensity of the shadow looks even more pronounced. So I'm going to place this right over here, and then I'm going to add a piece on top of this to convince you that this is an incision on the photo. For that, let me go to Auto Shapes Gallery, pick up the rectangle tool and then draw a rectangle so that the size of the rectangle corresponds with the size of the oval that you drew earlier. And this is perfect. Now I'm going to use shape outline, no outline, and this slide fill needs to be the same as the slide background. So let us right click on this, go to Format Shape, go to Fill, and here we have the option called Slide Background Fill. You click on it and that immediately has this fill the same as the slide background. Since we had inserted this photo as part of the background, you will have this shape picking on the same property as the slide. Now you can see that this title card looks like it is inserted into the photo. Let us replicate this onto the other end as well. Let us select the same oval shape, press Ctrl D to create a duplicate and make sure that it corresponds with the left edge of this title card. Then let us take the same piece that we created earlier, press Ctrl D to create a duplicate, and then place this somewhere over here. And then when we click outside, you can see that we have this beautiful effect. Now the next step is to add a simple animation to showcase this effect beautifully. For that, let us go to Animations, click on Animation pane so you can see what I'm going to do. Let us select the ovals that we had created earlier while holding the Shift button, and let us have them enter the scene with a simple fade in animation. What that does is to create incision on the photo. Then let us have this title card enter the scene so that it inserts itself into the insertion. So let us select this title card and use a simple split animation. So that is the animation here. By default, the direction is vertical in. We are going to have this as vertical out. So that is how this piece inserts itself into the insertion, and this happens after previous. Now when I go to slideshow, this is how the animation plays out. All that the audience sees is just a simple photo. On a click, we have the incision forming and the title card inserting itself into the incision. You can use this beautiful effect to serve as your title slide or your section headers. Now talking about title slides, they make a big impression on your audience. Let me show you some creative ways you can create your titles. Here is an example taken from our comprehensive all-in-one PowerPoint bundle version 2.0. Another example template is this title slide, which shows a beautiful animation that showcases the text. The next example is this one, where we add another subtle animation to showcase the title slide. Another example is this one, where we have the attention drawn to the 3 bullet points here. The last example is this title slide that uses subtle animation to draw the viewer's attention to this central image. Of course, at any point of time, you can replace any of these images by using Shape Fill with Picture option. Now, we fully understand that as a busy professional, you may not have the time to create these kind of impactful title slides all by yourself from scratch. That is why we created this comprehensive all-in-one PowerPoint bundle version 2.0. This bundle has more than 4,200 premium PowerPoint templates that are professionally animated to suit every requirement that you have whenever you create any presentation of any type. I will leave a link to this product in the description box below the video. You can click on the link and check out more details about this product by coming to this page and watching this video. By the way, did you like this creative photo cut effect in PowerPoint? If you did, then you will really love this other tutorial that we have put together for you that shows you how to use creative picture animation. All you need to do is to click on the link right now and watch that video. So go ahead, watch that video and take your PowerPoint skills to the next level.